that's actually built in if you're using the recovery testing functionality that we host or we provide. So if you come back into the backup.management UI, so if you're using the recovery testing functionality that we provide here, so I'll go to recovery testing overview. And I've got my various devices that I have configured. And I'm going to come in here and remove a couple devices from the plan so I can add them back effectively. So now let's add to plan. So I'm going to add devices to a recovery testing plan. I can choose to do testing either every 2 weeks or once a month. I'm going to go with the bi-weekly, or I guess bi-weekly. So I've got some devices in here that are obviously not compatible, depending on the OS or the configuration. I've got others that already are turned on, so therefore we don't have to worry about them. And I've got some that are compatible that it automatically checked for me, so we're going to add those into my environment. So a handful of those. This device is already in plan, so on and so forth. If these were automatically deployed devices, then it's going to detect the passphrase, assuming I'm a security officer. And if they were private key encryption, it's going to prompt me for those keys, or it would need to try to look those up again. So give me a second. I'm going to have it go back and have it try to redetect those. It may have timed out on some of them. So it's going to go back and detect it and try to detect them. So it found all of those. That's great. So it wants to know the email address that the devices are going to send the boot screenshots from. So drop your email address in here to apply to all devices, or you can enter individual email addresses down here if you want them to go to individual end customers or responsible users. Okay. So we'll drop in Eric at enable.com and apply that to all devices. And I can come in here and let's go in and modify this one a little bit more. I believe a semicolon between them, and then Eric at harless.com. That should be the right syntax. Yep. So now I've got both entries there. So you can do a bulk add and you can do individual edits or removals as necessary. And that should give you a recovery testing screenshot. Not once a week, but at least every 2 weeks when it does the test. Now, at any point, if you need to see that particular screenshot, you can always come into the console here and view it and pull the most recent information this way. You'll see the screenshot, the proof of life, the timestamp, and you'll also let you know what session was used for that restore. So it was this backup session. So it was the 518 session that was restored at 540. Took 17 minutes to do the restore, and it was 5:58 by the time it did the screenshot boot. It shut that down and then purged that VM as part of the restore. Now, if you're doing recovery testing using the recovery console, that's the standalone application that there is no charge for. That recovery console application, there's a checkbox when you configure virtual disaster recovery to a Hyper-V or a VMware environment to allow it to send you a screenshot email, and it's going to use the email address that you have set up in the recovery console for restore reports, or the email address that you have set up in the Backup Manager client for daily dashboards or restore dashboards.